covers all the basics, and I'm going to be going over a couple of the basic websites to get you started. So the first website you need to be aware of is hireaggies.com. It's our portal at the Career Center. Your student fees are already paying for this, so I suggest you go ahead and use it. You click on current students, and you type in all of your stuff here. It will log you in. There's information here about career fairs, all sorts of things. But what you want is find jobs. So you go right over here. And it will bring you to this page. Now there's different things you can do on here. This is the main jobs tab, Hire Aggies Jobs. This takes you to the Hire Aggies Jobs portal. You register, you input all of your information, your major, your expected graduation date, all of your things, your visa status, everything like that. And it tailors the job search to you. So it filters out people who aren't looking for your major. It filters out graduation dates. It filters out all of those things. The great thing about this is that you can upload your resume and allow employers to search for you. So without you even having to try, employers can go through and say, I'm looking for people in these 3 majors with these 2 graduation dates, and then they can pull your information. You are available to them. The one bad thing about this is that especially for master's and PhD students, because it tailors the search to you, it can tailor you down to 2 jobs. So sometimes when you become so specialized, it might whittle you down to nothing. So if that happens to you, I highly recommend you go on there and go ahead and upload your resume so that employers can start looking for you. But if it happens to you, you're only getting 2 and 3 jobs, you're getting a bit discouraged, come over here to the career shift. If you click on this button, it opens up a new window. Career Shift searches the entire internet. It is really the only job search tool you will ever need. So jobs that are not listed on Monster, that are not listed on Indeed, if it's only hidden on some back end of a company's website, this will find it, if it's on the internet. So, and I'll show you how easy it is. You just go to My Jobs. And I recommend that you can start looking with your degree. So if I were to type in something like
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
What?
She's a hobbit.
I could type in New Zealand.
I really want to work in New Zealand.
Well, the problem is it only allows you to search. It includes Australia.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Ah, boo! Boo!
But if I were to just type in Masters and Architecture, let's see how many come up. And I'm even going to narrow it down by internship, maybe. So I can narrow it down. See, there's full-time, part-time, internship. Narrow it down there. You can narrow it down by geography. If you want to stay in a certain region, search. Let's see how many we get. 68. So that's a pretty good number. So then you just go through and like I said, the Hire Aggies network, those are companies specifically seeking Aggies. So those tend to be more in this area. Other places across the country may not know about the different programs at Texas A&M. Career Shift searches the entire internet, so you're going to find more, especially if you're specialized, getting into master's and PhD programs, you're probably going to need to extend your search outside of Texas. That's just the truth of it. So if you find something you like the look of, you click on it, it takes you directly to that company's website. And then there should be links here, entry level, all of the qualifications, all of the good things that should appear on your resume. Apply online. And then there's a link, or you can be nice and send it to your friend if you're feeling generous. So, another good thing about this, so it allows you to search by keywords, anything like that. You can also click on My Contacts. So, if any of you have ever tried to apply for a job, you know how annoying it is to just send something to HR, where you know it might never see a real person, it just ends up in an abyss somewhere. You want to get the name of a person, you want to get a face at that company. So really, all you need to do is, what if I just type in, let's see, Google and title hiring. And let's see, here we go. Oh, there's the hiring manager at Google, and there's his phone number. So, There you go. So you can get, that took me all of 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So again, if it's on the internet, if this contact information is somewhere on the internet, CareerShift will find it. And we have had employers calling us asking, how did your student find my email address? They must have been, they're really impressed. They're really impressed. They think you've done months of research and all this networking. Sometimes we tell them about CareerShift. Sometimes we just let them think of what geniuses you are. So, and you can save, you can merge contacts, you can export, you can save them, you can do all sorts of things. Generally with undergraduates and freshmen, we have to walk them through all these. With graduate students, I just tell you guys to play around with the site, have some fun with it, see what all kind of stuff you can find.
What about like keywords? Like if you go back to my jobs, and because ours is a little bit different, like we're not architecture. Like, do we have to put?
Would it be
like our
Mlpd? Is that it?
Mlpd.
PD. That's it. See if we find anything with that. Did I? I'll just.
Or
I'll leave that like this. Let's see if we find anything.
Easy one to be real estate or real estate development, Katie.
Real estate
so you put
development.
the quotations.
You put the quotations, and that searches for that phrase.
Okay.
So otherwise, it'll search for the words
Real,
separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
anything with the words real estate and development separately will come up.
Billionaire would be another good one.
Yeah.
Development. So that is.
Oh, we have no jobs.
430. There's 430. And if you're just starting out, yeah, you can add the word junior. You can add the phrase entry level. You can add, and that, because like I said, that will weed out all of those. You need 15, 20 years of experience. Yeah, that will weed all of those out by adding words like junior, entry level, or things like that. But yeah, just play around with the keywords. You will find lots of neat things. So that's kind of the job search tools that we use. The networking, in terms of networking, in addition to looking for contacts at that company, I highly recommend that all of you register on the Aggie Network. It's the Association of Former Students. Every university has something similar. A&M's is the biggest. We have the biggest database of former students, and so you should really be taking advantage of that. So, it's free to register.
How is there one?
Login.
I just saw
Is that my password? Yes, it is. If you go to Find an Aggie, and then you can search by company, you can search by position, you can search by occupation. So, if you find a really neat job on CareerShift, you can find out what Aggies are working there. It's fun to type in stuff when you get bored at work, see what Aggies are working.
Yeah.
There's 449 working at NASA.
This works. I used it last week. She walked me through it, and I looked for Stewart title and Alamo title because I needed a title search for one of the projects. And within 5 minutes, 2 people had contacted me. And one guy already sent, he couldn't do like a full title report because it costs money, but he sent the 2 free reports that he could. That quick.
They're a really friendly group of people.
Yeah.
So if you find somebody either at a certain company or with a certain job title or something like that, and you want to talk to them, you can just let's see, aerospace engineer. Here we go. What's Sam Ortega doing? There's a link to his email and there's his phone number. So, and on the back of this handout is some sample, because if you're like me, it's a little bit awkward to do that kind of ice-breaking, make those contacts. There's an ice-breaking kind of email, or if you have to leave a phone message, this can be your script. I highly recommend that you have a script, because when that beep goes off, you can, if you start rambling, then nobody's happy. And then here's a sample list of questions, because when you're making these contacts, again, you don't want to ask for positions, you don't want to send your resume, not at this stage. You're just asking for advice, asking for leads, asking questions. So if during the course of your conversation, they say, oh, send me your resume, or they say, oh, there's somebody else you need to get in touch with who has an open job, then that will take it to the next level. But it's a little bit of a networking faux pas to make those assumptions at this point. So yeah, again, this is a really neat tool, and just something to play around with. Or if you're unsure what jobs are available to you, you can look at, you can search by major and degree. So if I type in master's and, is it going to have the program? What would it be under? Real estate? Range science, rangeland ecology, recreation and parks. Land and property development?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see how many Aggies have graduated with this degree.
It's a new degree this year.
Oh. 2.
No, they used to have. Oh yeah.
Robert. But just land development, I think.
I was going to say, you can type in, it is a bit difficult because it's a new degree, but yeah, there we go, land economics and real estate land development. Let's try this one. And you can see, it'll pull up a list of what they're currently doing. So if you see anybody, 394, that's better. So if you see any, president, vice president, director, looks like people are doing really well. Partner, president, vice president, senior president.
We can probably fit you in, Katie, for next year.
And then this is another good thing. If any of you are having trouble finding internships, I encourage you, if somebody's got president attached to their name, you might be able to create your own internship. If you contact these people and let them know who you are, they either may be able to create an internship for you, or you may be able to, if you have the finances to make it through the summer without any added income, you can create your own unpaid internship. Because if you contact anybody that says president and volunteer to work for them for free over the summer, they will snap you up. And when it goes on your resume, it's on your resume whether you get paid for it or not. So you might be eating ramen noodles all summer, but then when it comes time to get that full-time job, that experience on your resume will be invaluable. So if you're having difficulty finding internships, I would suggest contacting, anybody that says president. Contact these people and see if you can kind of create your own internship. Contact them directly, because I'm seeing a lot of president and owner. There's one. President and owner, president. Good grief. CEO. Anything like that. I would recommend doing that, or if that's something you're interested in doing one day. If you've got an entrepreneurial streak in you, contact them and ask them questions. See what they did, see what they would not do if they could go back and do it again. What are the common mistakes? There's lots of information you can get out of all of these contacts. So, and like Heather said, they're a very friendly group of people. The worst thing that's going to happen is that they're going to be busy and not answer your email. That's the absolute worst thing that's going to happen. So I've never heard of anybody, even though you might think it in your head, I've never heard of anybody getting an email back saying, "How dare you contact me? Why would you even think that I would even talk to you?"
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen. So does anybody have any questions, or would you like to see anything more specific or in-depth? These are kind of the general sites. I'm sure within the disciplines there's also publications and sites and networking within the professional organizations that I encourage masters and PhD students to do as well. And again, talk to your professors and get in touch with the alumni groups. If you got your bachelor's degree at a different university, get in touch with that alumni group. So that will expand your network.